I'm Heather from Paint to Roof Fiber Arts, and this is knit, crochet, or work on whatever fiber arts project that you would like to work on together with me while I talk with all of you. I thought it would be really fun to do another one of these like I did last week. This is my second one, and I can't wait to make more of them. It's going to be every Wednesday. Sometimes they'll be live, sometimes they'll be pre-recorded. Like the next one is going to be at 7:30 California time, and that's going to be next week on Wednesday, as long as no exterminations happening with the termites that day, since our house has termites going on and we have to have some exterminators come over and get rid of them. So that's going to be quite interesting, and I might not be able to make video on that day, so we will see what happens. But I will end up making a live video next Wednesday. I was going to do it this Wednesday, but I ended up having some stuff going on, so I thought it was best to just do it next Wednesday. But it's for sure going to happen as long as no bug stuff is happening. The project that I'm working on today is going to be a crocheted mini amigurumi orange. If you've watched my podcast, you have seen me show them before. They're actually my store thing that's going on this month. That 10% of every orange that I make is going to 10% of the profit, that is going to be going to the local animal shelter that I got my kitties from. And I thought it'd be really fun to make some of these and have them available in my shop in different shades of orange. So I decided to make this one in the peach color. It is 100% cotton yarn, and it's DK weight yarn, and it's paint box yarn. They are really good yarn to make amigurumis with, and I really love making amigurumis. They're one of my favorite things to crochet, so that's why you see a lot of that on my podcasts, and I'm kind of addicted to making them. And I like making my own designs with it. Like this little mini orange is my own design. I'm making it. This one is actually going to be smaller than the normal ones that I make, the other ones that I'm making, but it's still going to be mini. But the other one I say is more like small hand size. So this one's going to be a tad bit smaller, which is cool, because then you can make it, might even make it as small enough to make a keychain out of it. I thought they would make cute little keychains to have on your keys. And I need to make myself a keychain, so I thought orange would be a good one. But I wasn't sure if I was going to make that or something else for my keychain, because I also love the little mini turtles I made, so I was thinking of making some smaller ones and making those into keychains, because I love turtles and I just thought it'd be so cute. But I also love frogs, so I love lots of animals, so those, and kitties, and I love it all. So it's hard for me to decide sometimes which amigurumi is going to end up being on my keys, but I have a couple sets of keys that need amigurumis attached to them, so I thought it'd be cool to have that. So yeah, our house has to be inspected by the homeowners for the termites, and they sometimes take their time with it. So I hope that no more decide to come out the laundry room, because they're quite weird and creepy and just gross and not fun to clean up. So I'm hoping they just stay outside where they were originally staying and not keep coming inside, because that means less likely that they are all over the house and they're just hanging out outside eating the outside of the house, which is less work for the exterminators, which is awesome. But at the same time, not awesome that they are invading our house. But it's all good. It'll get taken care of. The homeowners here are really nice, and pretty much they're just a group of people that live in the neighborhood, and we pay them a small amount of money for certain services in the neighborhood, which is cool because we own a condo and we are living in the condo, but in the neighborhood that it's in, it's called the homeowners, which is where every single house has to pay a certain amount of money for certain services from them. And they're very nice people and helpful, and a good group of people that happen to be in the neighborhood that we vote for every so many years to be in charge of certain things. And the lady is in charge of getting the contractors to do their things, such as termite people, is really good, and she'll do it really fast. Like we had a beehive in front of her house, and she got right on it as soon as we told them, and ended up going to a nice bee place that saves the hive and moves it to a proper location so the bees don't die, which is awesome. And the guy that came over pretty much got almost all the bees but a handful of them, which is really cool. He was really good at it. I was impressed at how fast he did it too, because I had an appointment day, and by the time I came back, he was gone. And I guess at one point, well, when I looked at him when I was leaving and saw it, he was covered in bees, and I was impressed that he wasn't afraid of how many stings he was going to get. He seemed like happy with them and plucking flowers for them to eat. It was so nice of him and very kind of him to do that for them. So they had food and they were happy and living at their new home and no longer in front of our house and almost stinging us. And my son's never been stung by a bee, so I was afraid of him being allergic. So yeah, I'm happy that they're gone. As cute as bees are, and I like bees, and these ones were actually cute looking bees, but I just don't want them in front of our house. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, every year around this time of year is some kind of bug or ant adventure that seems to happen right after my birthday or before, or some kind of crazy, like when we were living in these apartments before we lived here in the condo, we had a giant pipe burst and flood our whole apartment in the bottom, which was not fun. So that happened like a few days before my birthday. So yeah, that was not a fun time, having to move all their things and deal with contractors that were very messy and not really caring about what they left behind. They were good at their job, but they weren't good at cleanup, and that wasn't fun to clean up. So yeah, but that wasn't their job. So, but they did a good job, and the pipe stayed together until we left, which was like a year later, which is really cool. And then I saw the same group of contractors. I think they do work in our on the condos around us, which is cool because they were a really good team. Anyways, so yeah, that's the adventures of houses around here. So yeah, I'm going to be doing my walk with me video tomorrow. It rained last night, so it was kind of wet and yucky out this morning, so I just didn't really want to deal with going outside and doing that. Now it's all dried up because now it's nice and sunny. That's SoCal for you. 1 minute it'll be raining, the next minute it'll be sunny. And it'll be like, wow, what happened to the rain clouds? They never happened, it'll look like. Still can't get over that, because in Connecticut it'll be raining, it'll look rainy all day. So, or in one town it would not be raining out here and it would be raining in another, or in Connecticut it would be raining all over. It's like so different. But anyways, so yeah, that's what's going on with that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a walk with me video tomorrow. I did a video right before this about my really awesome business card that I got. It came out so good. I can't wait for you to all see this video of me unboxing it, and I have more photos up on Instagram of it. Oh, it came out so good. Just like I made like a custom one, and because I had a little design that the hubby made, and that you've already seen. It's the kitty logo that's on this YouTube channel. Well, he designed that, and I like that as my logo, so I put it on the card, and it came out so good, just like I wanted it, with the correct fonts and colors and everything, and totally clear readable, and I got like a good amount of it, so I'm so happy with what happened. But anyways, I'm not going to spoil the whole video. You'll have to watch it to see what it looks like and stuff. And if you're needing a business card and want to know a good online service, that place is good to go, and they have good prices. They're always having sales, which is awesome. That's what I liked about it the most, because if you go somewhere like Staples, for example, they're kind of expensive, I found out, and other places. So yeah, I felt they were worth the try. The funny part is I saw another YouTube channel, forgot which one it was, but what the name of it was, but she was the one that suggested going to this because she made her cards there. So I waited until the hubby drew up my logo, and then I had money to do it, and then that's when I did it. And that was like about 6 months ago or so that I discovered it, and so it was awesome that I finally was able to do this for myself. Nice little gift. So yeah, I really like how there's a lot of other videos coming out with crochet and hangout or knit and hangout nights. Oh, they're so cool. There's so many, like too many to list or off the top of my head right now. On one of these videos I'll probably put some links and stuff, so that way if you're interested in any of them that do it and don't want to have to go searching through the whole entire group of knit and crocheters, that I'll tell you some good ones that I've watched at least, and hopefully if you've shared some, if any of you have shared any that I haven't known about, that I end up finding out about it and I get super excited. So that's why I want to make a video like that out for all of you, or the next time I mention it, I will put some links down below, and then when I forget people, I'll keep adding to the group and so forth as I remember them, because sometimes I just forget the names off the top of my head. It's not like I don't like the channel or anything, it's the fact that I'm bad at remembering names. So I like so many channels, it's not even funny. So yeah, I'm like super excited that there's lots of new between podcasts and crochet knit nights. It's so awesome and fun, and it's a great way to hear more about each other and hang out and do something relaxing, and I don't feel like my hands are like all over the place as much as when I have this thing where I don't know what to do with my hands a lot of times because I'm just weird like that. Anyways, I'm in my drink. I'll just bring it over here, my drink. It's Snapple iced tea. I love Snapple iced tea. It's my favorite. And I like the raspberry one. So you'll be seeing me drink a lot of that. I also like Sprite a lot. That's my other favorite drink. But that's towards nighttime. But I try not to drink that as much because I think that's what's killing my teeth, definitely. Sugar. But anyways, yeah, I also like flavored water. It's super good. Like the hubby found one that's doesn't have a lot of sugar in it or anything. It almost sounds too good to be true, and I was drinking, I was like, it sounds too good to be true that it's not gonna like hurt our teeth or anything, and the ingredients, it just sounds like something isn't right, but it's super good and yummy flavored water. Forgot the name, but because it's a weird name. So, and I'm bad at pronouncing things, so yeah. And then I love my Fuji water that I love drinking as well. And then we have a really good water thing on our fridge that's super tasty. So yeah, that's what's going on with me with that kind of stuff. I've been watching this show called, I don't know if you guys have Hulu or not, but it's on Hulu, and it's called Hard Sun, and it's like 6 episodes. It just came out with their first season, and I'm on the 5th episode, but I'll tell you a little about it if you haven't heard about it. Pretty much it says that, and it's these 2 cops that just randomly found this file on one of their cop outings, and it happened to be one called Hard Sun. And Hard Sun meant that in 5 years no more Earth would be, pretty much. Everybody would be dead. And it doesn't really explain it much. I hope in the last episode explains it a little better, but pretty much it shows there's the group of people that are trying to stop the spread of people telling about Hard Sun that have found out about it and trying to capture this file from the cops. Meanwhile, the cops are dealing with their own problems in life, and it's just interesting to see. And they're dealing with these cases that seem to be related to Hard Sun or to their problems in life, and that Hard Sun has created to try to get them to give up the file or whatever. And they're just causing lots of chaos between each other, but at the same time it's eventful and interesting just to see what all is happening. So I hope that they have a 2nd season and everything keeps going good, because 6 episodes, it's getting to the 6th one, and so far it's good. And Hulu shows are either really good or just I feel. So I'm super excited that that's another good one to list. So if you're into suspenseful kind of shows, into the world and cop stuff going on at the same time, that's a good show to watch. And then, but it's more than just cop stuff that's going on. It's mostly about the personal lives of the two main characters, and they just happen to be cops. Well, one of them is a cop, and the other one happens to be investigating the other cop behind the other cop's back, and ends up being a cop and helping him with his cases and everything. And then another good show on there is Handmaidens. They're coming out with their next season next month. If you are into those kind of shows, you would really like. If you're into like that kind of show, it's kind of like hard to. It's okay. So there's a book, and it's a lot like the book, the first season, and pretty much it's in a world where pretty much this group of people take over the world, and they're called the Eye in the Sky, and they take over, and they have different people that are in control of this, and have, well, the world can't make babies anymore, so they have people called handmaidens, and they can make babies, and they're fertile women that they take and they put together in houses with the leaders and their wives, and they have babies, and then they give them to the leaders and their wives, and then they go on into the next house to have another baby, and then their baby gets auctioned off for money, so the world that they live in has more money. In the meantime, how they become handmaidens and get selected for all these different things is quite harsh, and it's a really messed up world if they don't follow the rules. And then they have another section called the colonies, where they send people pretty much to die, and it's just a really messed up end of the world kind of scenario, but at the same time there's a group of people trying to make it better and that have escaped to some of the safe areas. And then there's the group of the people that are in the leadership that created these rules without realizing about it, and they try to stick religion with it and say to justify their things and actions, and it's just quite interesting. And then there's the main characters and what they're going through and their adventures of how they ended up where they were when they tried to get away from it all, and when people tried to defend themselves, what happened, and so forth. And the world just gets worse and worse around them. And this is in the second season. The first season explains a little bit of that, but the second season goes even more into it, and it's like the aftermath of what happened after the last episode, which is super cool that they're sticking to storyline, that is, and keeping it together with that. And I'm super excited to see what happens, because it was one of those cliffhanger endings that's like, there's no real good answer with it, but at the same time, what's going to happen next kind of thing. So I get super excited when shows are like that, and I just want to read the book, and I wish there was a second book, like there's going to be a second season. Maybe there is going to be a second book after all. That'd be cool. But I just want to see, even though I know that book is going to be much different than the TV series, I still want to see what it's all about, the differences, that is. But yeah, I'm excited for that, and I like different shows, like some weird and out there shows and some really interesting shows. So yeah, you'll be hearing me talk about some random TV shows from time to time, since I love TV shows. And Handmaidens is another Hulu show, so if you're into that kind of stuff, those are two good shows, Heart Sun and Handmaidens. And another show, and then I'll stop talking about TV, is I saw one episode of it, and I think it's like ABC or NBC show. I saw it on Hulu, but it's called Deception, and it's pretty much reminds me of, okay, so there's this show that was called Castle that was out, and it was like a writer, and he was like a writer of like murder mysteries, and then his murder mysteries people started really doing them, and he ended up helping the detective find the killers, and then he ended up falling in love with one of the detectives, and they get married and so forth. But anyways, it reminds me a little bit of that kind of TV show, but instead of it being about a book writer, it's about a magician, and he is this guy. He is a master of illusion, and he knows everything about it. He has a twin brother, and his twin brother gets locked up due to a illusionist causing it to look like he killed someone when he didn't. So it's all about catching the illusionist, and he ends up helping the cops with like some stuff, and it just reminds me so much of Castle in a lot of ways, like helper and the cop kind of is flirty towards him, and yeah, just reminds me of it a little bit in a lot of ways. And just I know it's completely different, but yeah, it's a really good show, and I can't wait to see more episodes. I saw one episode because it just started, so I'm excited to see more. So yeah, those are the 3 TV shows I thought I would talk about this time. Anyways, so what else is going on? Just been watching TV shows and crocheting and dealing with bugs and doing stay-at-home mom things and making videos for all of you to entertain all of you and to share with all of you things, because I just love sharing things with all of you. Having so much fun time with all of you, but I am going to have to get this video up for all of you, as well as the business card unboxing that I will be doing. Just a quick edit with that. So not much to edit with that, and there's not much to edit with this. Just connect the beginnings, and voila, you get this. So I will be talking to you again on one of these knit, crochet, or work on whatever favorite project that you would like to work on together with me kind of video every Wednesday. Next Wednesday it's going to be at 7:30 p.m. which is SoCal, California time, and it would be 10:30 p.m. on the East Coast, and I'm on the West Coast of the US, so whatever your time zone is compared to either of those places, there you go. If you're in the middle, then it's different, but anyways, I know it's different times all over the place, so if you're able to join me with that would be really great. The next video that you will see, it will be the unboxing of the business cards, as well as this, and the podcast you will see, as well as I may get these videos up, or I may not. It will be, if I don't get it up this week, it'll be the beginnings of next week, so it'll be some yarn unboxings, and then I have also the walk with me video, which will be up tomorrow. And I hope you all have an awesome, wonderful, beautiful day, night, afternoon, no matter where you're from, and I will talk to you next time. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do by hitting the subscribe button down below. If you like this channel, please hit the like button. If you want to leave me a comment, please comment down below. If you would like to email me, you can, and that is linked down below, as well as if you would like to follow or look at any of my blog, if you would like to buy any handmade items from me at my Etsy shop, and help support me and my family. If you would like to view any of my social media, such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Bloglovin, all of that stuff is linked down below. If you would like to join my Ravelry podcast group, that is linked down below, as well as anything else that I forgot, that is all linked down below. And I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.